Hi guys, I'm Tony, also known as the Card Geek on social media and founder of the World Divination Association. Today we are running through our Rauhnächte reads. This is something we do annually at the World Divination Association in all our groups on Facebook. If you are a member, stay till the end of the video because you will then see how we run through the extra reads that we do in our members group. If you are not a member yet, stay till the end and you'll have a chance to win membership with the WDA for 2020. And if you are not a reader and you just want your cards for 2020, stay tuned and I will be running through a quick overview of the months of 2020. So the Rauhnächte, what are the Rauhnächte? The Rauhnächte are the nights between Christmas and the Epiphany, so between Christmas and the 6th of January. They are traditionally in an unrested time, a time of unrest. The reason it's important to pull your cards at this time of year is because we are more perceptive at this time of year to predictive reads. So the Rauhnächte are the perfect time to predict your 2020 month by month. We begin on the 24th into the 25th, so at midnight on the 24th if you can stay up. And we then pull cards daily for the 12 months of 2020. On the 24th at midnight, we pull our cards for January 2020. On the 25th, we pull them for February 2020, and so on. You will complete a predictive read for that. I'll run through 2020 for the collective now. So January 2020, we start off exactly the same as we ended in 2019, but we will be trying to put our house in order in whatever way that means for you. So it is time to find out all those niggles, everything that isn't serving you well and anything that is working against you, and put your house in order. Then when we move into February, it is time to focus on what you want to achieve in 2020. So in February, it's time to spend time. You've put your house in order in January. In February, it is now time to focus on finding out or figuring out what you want to achieve during the year and what is serving you well. Remember, we focused on what wasn't serving us well in January, and now in February, it's time to focus on what is serving us well and focus on that and what we want to achieve in 2020. We start off March with a little bit disheartened. If you think of March, if you are here in Europe, like I am, you enter March and you are already ready for spring, but the weather is still very wintry. So it's that, oh God, it's still winter, or that's still that feeling that you haven't achieved what you wanted to. But if you think about it, you have only started planning what you wanted to achieve in February. So as we go into March, you will have that dip initially, but then you will gain a sense of satisfaction when you realize what you want to focus on. When you realize the achievements that you want to attain, you will gain a sense of, I can do this in March. But it will be after that initial dip. In April, we are full of the joys of life. We are feeling great and really coming into our own space in 2020. It's now time to start those new projects that you have planned well and that you are now focusing on. It's time to put the motion in, the action in, and start maybe gaining some money from that. If you aren't looking to gain financially, this will still be an okay month for you, a good financial month. In May is actually my birthday, so it's nice to see bouquet and heart in there, but we have mountain at the end. A mountain at the end suggests some kind of insurpassable enemy. When we say enemy in this day and age, it really doesn't mean our arch enemy or anything like that. What we are looking at is incoming gifts, maybe with bouquet being there for my birthday. Basically a joy and a happiness at what we are doing. So we will have a sense of joy and happiness in the month of May, but we may be blockaded in some way with it. So we may not achieve what we want to achieve, but we will certainly enjoy the time in May. Oh, and June. June is our troublesome month by the look of it. We have clouds, we have coffin, and we have whip. This screams of discord. Clouds is the most troublesome card in the deck. So when June comes, I would suggest it's time for us to bolt down and maybe not talk to each other as much. It is going to be a trying month for us in June. There will be things that we need to put an end to. It may be that mountain in May that came along. Could be a frenemy walking into the mix that we need to get rid of. But again, it is a case of knowing it is coming and putting the house in order. So when this troublesome month of June arrives, we're ready for it and we walk through like a warrior. And July, we have sun bringing in. Where there is no sun, there can be no life, says the original Lenormand reading, Lenormand instructions. And we have that super burst of energy coming into July with Stork in the mix. This is not only a burst of energy coming in, but it's also a change. So if you are wanting to change anything in your life, then July is the time to do it. July is the time to spread your wings and actually create the positive energy that you need. But we also have letter in the mix, so it is the time for change. It is the time to communicate that we want this, communicate that we are doing this. The sun card is very much a doing, a growing card. So the name of the game in July is to share the changes that you want to make in your life. In August, we have Lady in the mix with Garden and Rider. This shows us that this is a super friendly month. Great company in this month. People coming into your life with Rider being there as well. A great all-round people social activity month. Ooh, September. Now we have man here. If you are male, it could mean that you are wrong about a few things in your life in September, and it's time to find out what. If you are female, then the man in your life could be, or just the partner in your life, could be acting a little bit strange, and it's a time to find out why. October 2020, remember so far we have only had one troublesome month, which was June, and in October we have another tricky month. We have Scythe, we have Tree, we have Mice. They all scream of things degrading and not going well. Tree is an unhealthy card. When it's far, it's super healthy, but when it comes close in a pile of 3, then you are looking at an unhealthy month, especially with scythe and mice in the mix. So when we go into October, we need to pay attention to these smaller things and make sure we are dotting all our I's, crossing all our T's, and just making sure we are doing everything by the book so this unhealthy situation doesn't get a chance to blossom like it wants to. It can also mean with October coming that you have your grindy, awful snupf nasa. What is it in English? Snotty nose. So it can just mean the little illnesses that we get at the time of year. But so far we've only had 2 bad months. That's not bad in 12 months. And in November, we have our tower, we have birds, and we have ship. These are 3 cards that actually signal to me, especially with tower in the mix being our longevity and our ship being our successful commerce. This suggests that there is stress on the work front or stress on the sales front. If you have an Etsy shop, for example, or any other kind of online retail, or any kind of business that is selling, it could be a bit stressful in this month of November. But remember, November means Black Friday, so this is a positive, especially with ship. This is a positive stress coming in, a positive, oh my god, there's so many sales, this is awesome, but bringing with it a hell of a lot of work to do. And finally, in December, we are feeling lucky to have got to the point we have done. Look at that anchor sat in the final position of the year. 2020 looks like it's going to be a year in which we can achieve our goals, which is wonderful to see. With crossroads in the middle, we will in December have to make some difficult decisions. They will be decisions that brings us happiness and stability though, because we do have Clover and Anchor neighboring. But the name of the Game of Hope game is to get to Anchor. Anchor is the end goal, and we achieve that in December 2020. That is a perfect end to a great year. And that was it. If you are a member of the World Divination Association, we do an additional read to this in our members group. Every day we have a Rauhnacht animal, and the animal comes with a specific question for that day and a specific intention. For those animals, all you have to do is pull 1 card, either from an oracle of your choice, tarot, Lenormand, Kipper, anything you choose to use. And the 1 card will be the answer to that question, or a card that you need to take through the year or through the month involved. For example, if we have our stag, we pull 1 card for the stag and for the question that goes with the stag, and it will help us leave our 2019 baggage and anything that came before, if you are carrying that, and move into 2020 with a free and fresh mindset. So the animal Rau Nectar cards or questions are super important to help you on your journey of leaving 2019 behind. Now, if you are not a member and would like to be a member of the World Divination Association, comment below. All you have to do is comment, leave your name, and say why you would like 2020 membership with the World Divination Association. Have a wonderful time. I hope to see these reads in all my group. Members, you know who has signed up for those animal reads, and we will be doing those too. Wishing you the most wonderful Christmas and Rau Nectar, and I will see you in 2020.